Alrighty, welcome to the All Wire Podcast. I'm your host, Logan Rogers, and with me today is our special guest, Bishop Slice, local rapper here from Fairbanks, Alaska. Just want to kick it off straight up with a couple of questions. So, are you born and raised here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. When was your last project that was released, really?
Last year on April 9th, 4-9,
okay.
49th State. Yeah, as me and Britt did the burnt disc.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you got anything new that you've been working on?
Oh yeah, a lot of things, man. I'm always working, man, and I'm always working on albums. I got so much music, it's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? But I got like a whole bunch of concepts for albums. I got albums that are like damn near completed. I'm dropping a song with Kevin Gates.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. And then I'll probably do that like maybe, I don't know, probably just in time for the summer. You know, I got working on this track with Rick Ross and a whole bunch of other artists.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
We were literally just talking before you came in here, like Bronk was asking, he was asking like, who do you think is probably like one of the like biggest, like most well-known rappers in Alaska, and we were talking about saying that you're definitely one of the big ones here.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, for sure, because I mean, like, growing up, I always heard your name.
That's what's up. You know, I've been doing it for a long time. You know, I've been doing music since I was a kid. You know, I started playing the guitar when I was like 8 years old, you know, and then the drums, and then picked up the piano and stuff like that. And then when I was, I want to say, like 6th grade, 7th grade, I started write music, you know, and I think I recorded my first song when I was like 15.
Yeah, that's early. So you kind of always been into music, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's my therapy.
What would you say like inspired you to kind of get into music when you were young?
I think my mom set me up. You know, she when she was pregnant with me, she would put like headphones on her stomach, you know, and play music. And then when I was just a baby and she had me in my little chair or whatever, she'd always put on like MTV and shit like that and had me like right up to the TV. So I think that's like kind of where it all started.
Yeah, right in the womb. I hear that's really actually like really good for your kid too, like when you let them listen to music when they're still in your stomach.
Yeah
that's really cool though.
Yeah, but yeah, it's always been my passion, man. It's my escape. You know, no matter what it is that I go through and what I've been through, you know, music has always been there.
Who's like one of your favorite like all-time artists?
Damn, that's tough. I can't say I got a favorite, because I got a lot. You know, like I get inspiration from like a lot of artists. You know, a lot of different genres of music. But I don't know, that's a tough one. I mean, I could do like a top 10 or 15 or something like that. Some of the older rappers, but then I also got to include like some of the younger that got a lot of talent as well, you know, because they play a big part in this. You know, everybody's the Pac, Biggie, you know, when it comes to like the fast shit, you know, Twista, he's up there. Tech is up there. Eminem is up there. Big L, Nate Dogg, Snoop, definitely Snoop. That was actually the first rap album that I bought when I was a kid, was Snoop Dogg's album when he was signed to No Limit. Shit, man. Let's see. We can go Nipsey Hussle for sure. Joyner Lucas is another good one. I fuck with King Los. Mac Dre. Damn, I feel like I'm forgetting a lot. Lupe Fiasco.
Do you ever bump Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne is definitely up there. You know, he's definitely like fucking top 5 for sure. There's just so many, man.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah,
I can't really just say one. You know, I say Big L. I said Big L. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah,
know?
there's a ton of greats. Yeah, for sure. Fuck, I don't think I'd be able to name that many. I forget easily. Like, I forget names easily like that. Especially when I'm trying to remember them.
Right.
Like, that's always when I forget them.
Nas,
the most.
Jay-Z, shit.
Yep.
Forgot that. You know, there's a lot, man. I just fucking love music. You know, I respect everybody's craft, and you know, and like, you know, I get inspired by all of them, but like in a different way. You know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like it's really cool. Like, cause that's kind of, you know, that's what we're kind of trying to do here is like help promote local artists and stuff, because you know it's really hard getting out of somewhere like here, like especially when you're, you know, doing, you know, stuff like music or anything in the art industry. Like it's really difficult, especially just being here and the people here. It's just really hard, and seeing somebody like you being able to, it's really awesome, and I bet it really inspires a lot of other people here too.
Yeah, that's like ultimately the goal. Like, of course you want to make it out, you know, put, you know, your city and the state on the map, but it's all about inspiring other people to do the same thing. No matter if it's like music that people do, or like, if you know, you like doing podcasts and shit, or just like anything that you like to do in life. You know, like you can be the best. You know, you can go out there and you can make a name for yourself, and you can, you know, take care of your family, you know, your children, their children, you know, and shit like that. But, you know, anything's possible, man. You just got to put your mind to it. You got to be dedicated and just work hard and shit. And that's all you need.
Yeah, for real. Because I think like a lot of the time, you know, growing up, we were taught that like it is what it is. Like you kind of have to play the game and you have to do this and blah blah blah. And we kind of lost, you know, our like power to kind of dream. You know, like our ability to believe that these dreams are real and can become real. And all it takes is hard work. Like, and I think a lot of people have kind of lost their way and forgotten that like you really can achieve kind of whatever you want as long as you sit there and put in the effort and the work to do it. And a lot of people have kind of gotten lazy as well nowadays too. So
for sure,
trying to find somebody who, you know, actually, you know, wants to put in the work is pretty rare.
And not only that, there's a lot of people that they care about too much about like what other people think about them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that plays like a big factor, and that like holds back a lot of people from doing what they want and doing what they love and being different, you know.
Oh yeah, for real.
And you just got to get past that. You know, it's like they're not the ones that's gonna put, you know, food on the table for you, or, you know, fucking, you know, it's all about you doing it for yourself, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, cause I got like a lot of people used to like talk shit like when I was a kid, you know, because I like to do music, you know. And then not only that, it's like I started rapping, and then there was like a native rapper was like fucking unheard of.
Yeah, so they kind of try to step on what you're doing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
you know, and I was like, man, fuck that, you know. So I just kept doing what I love, you know, and it got me places. I've experienced.
Oh yeah.
You know, like a lot of things, and been around people I never thought that I would be around, and friends with big name artists that I could call right now, you know, and then they'll pick up and just chop it up with them.
Yeah,
you know?
seriously. I mean, like how you're talking about making that song with Kevin Gates or Rick Ross, you know, I mean, that's amazing. Like that's awesome.
And like Afro Man, you know, like I was a fan of Afro Man when I was a kid, because I Got High came out and shit.
Yeah,
that was like real
real
fucking big, you know. And it's like, and he's a good buddy of mine, you know. D-Loc the Gill God, he was on that's one of my best friends, you know. He was on like Tech Nine's Midwest Choppers and Worldwide Choppers, you know. Cassius, you know, he was signed to Shady Records. Rick and Nadi, I'm working with Rick and Nadi right now, and he produced on the Re-Up Eminem's Re-Up album, and you know, right now we're doing music and shit like that for the new National Geographic Life Below Zero First Alaskans.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So it's like, you know, just got to be dedicated and work hard. It's like, and just have like good intentions, and the doors will start opening up.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I mean, you're living proof right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really awesome. Like, I'm really happy for you because
appreciate it.
Yeah, it's cool to see people like succeed from here because yeah, I know, especially how hard it is. Like, and like you were saying, like, worrying about other people and how they think. Yeah, that is a big part of it because like we've definitely had like issues with past guests that are like, oh, I don't like how I look and blah blah blah, and it's like,
right.
Dude, I have psoriasis, like I have psoriatic arthritis, and look at my fucking face, like,
right.
I look like a goddamn snake in shedding season, and I'm on this goddamn camera every fucking every week,
right.
I don't care because I love doing this. This is fun. And I love getting to talk to people like you and getting to meet people like you and getting to know, stuff about you, like, and it's just a lot of fun to me, and I love doing it. And like, I hope that a lot of people love watching as well. I mean, I know we got quite a few people, but yeah, I love doing this.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what it's all about,
Yeah. So we had Earl on not too long ago, and Frankie and stuff, and you've made some music with them too, right?
Oh yeah, man. I've been knowing Earl since like 15 years old. Like, so for a long time. Like Earl's is a really, really, really good friend of mine. One of my closest friends. Yeah, we got projects too, and. Yeah, and Frankie, we got a whole bunch of music, and we're gonna start getting in the lab again and recording some new material. But yeah, every time we all link up, like me and Earl's chemistry is just clicks. Just like same thing with Frankie too. I saw Frankie perform at the Marlin. I just saw how dedicated he was,
Yeah, because both of them have been doing it for quite a while.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I met, I want to say, Frankie like in 2017. Yeah, about 2017 is when I met him, and I could just tell he was like dedicated. I didn't know who he was, I didn't know nothing about him, but then, he started putting out some cool shit, and I saw he really took it serious and just who he was as a person. So I, hollered at him, stepped in, and, try to help him out to, like, elevate himself.
Yeah.
And he's running with it, man, and it's cool. I like to see other people succeed.
Yeah, for real.
Like it's actually, it makes me feel good. Seeing other people. I'm not like a hater or anything like that. I've never been.
Yeah.
I genuinely like watching people succeed who love to do what they do.
Yeah, and that's also another big problem here. Is it's like a lot of people here that are like the opposite of that. A lot of people here just do not, like, they don't what's the word? They don't really, believe in other people. Like, a lot of people are haters.
Oh,
like,
for real.
here.
They're negative as fuck.
Yeah, and it really sucks because, most of what all this stuff is it's positive. We're all just trying to, do something we love and have fun doing it, and maybe make a buck or two along the way.
For sure.
But and all these people just stomping on it sucks.
It's always been like that, though.
Yeah.
Like, my intention was, because Alaska didn't really have no name. There was no fucking.
Yeah, for real.
There was nothing. So. I'm like, this is where I'm from. Like, you got people trying to sound like other artists from other parts of the fucking country. There's people here from fucking Fairbanks who want to sound like they're from the South, or they're from the East Coast, or they're from the West Coast. It's like, we got our own sound, and you got to rap about what and like where you're at. And, Alaska is like we're like the next thing for sure,
Yeah.
Fucking. So I was like, that's why I use a lot of Alaska references in my music, and my intention was to put us on the map. But then there's a lot of people that really fucking respect that shit, but then there's a lot of people that fucking don't.
Yeah.
It's just some of it's like, you know, they're just fucking haters, you know, or they wish they could have did what you did, you know. So then there's like hate for that, or like, or why is this guy getting more fucking like attention than me, you know what I'm saying? Or it might even be like, so man, my girlfriend likes to fucking listen to his music and shit, you know. It's like, so it's like weird. It's like, so who cares, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit, it's music, you know. And it's like, and if it's good, like, I don't care who you are, you know, what walk of life or what gender, you know. It's like, if you fuck with my music, you fuck with my music, you know. I know if my girl fucking was like, oh man, I like bumping this shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hell yeah, you know, and like give it a listen, like, man, it's actually pretty dope, you know. But it's just a lot of things, you know. Or like maybe you guys had differences when you were younger, or maybe it's just a lot, you know. And Fairbanks is just way too damn small.
Yeah.
You know.
So all these personal problems always end up coming up and like playing a big part.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. And when I did, like, I'm from Fairbanks, you know, and then in the north, and just like really for us, you know, that a lot, like I said, that a lot of people really fucking appreciate, and people bump that shit. But then there's a lot of people that like, oh, the fucking rappers in Fairbanks and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? It's like, man, whatever. Dude. You know. You rap.
Yeah. Why don't you go and try it?
Shit.
Yeah, like, at least you're like, you know, going after what you want to do. Like, and I think that a big part of it is like what you said, jealousy. Like, you know, it's kind of like they wish that they kind of had the balls to, you know, take that leap for, you know, for their hopes and dreams, but they just don't.
Yeah,
and then instead they hate on other people that do.
Yeah, but it's all good, you know, because what you really got to think about is, like, you know, of course, like I think local, you know, but you really got to think global. You know, it's like, who cares what the fuck anybody got to say? You know, it's like, you're from here, you know, you're doing this like for your people and for your fucking, you know, for your state or whatever, man. And it's like, and you're gonna make that blow up, and like the rest of the world's gonna see it. So like, who gives a fuck if there's like a small ass place that are on some weirdo shit? You know, it's not about that. You know, it's like, shit, you could do fucking things way bigger than that. Way fucking bigger. So just got to cut all that out. Who gives a fuck what they think, and just keep doing you, man. You know?
So what do you kind of think of like the Alaska scene right now, like the rap scene? Like, do you think it's kind of doing a lot better than it was, or like? Yeah,
it's definitely picked up. You know, there really wasn't that many fucking rappers not too long ago. You know, I mean, like not too long ago. I mean, like back in the day, there was only like a select few, and I looked up to them when I was a kid. You know, I was like, damn. I was like, man, these motherfuckers out from Alaska and they're fucking rapping. You know, and they really got some cool shit. You know, and that inspired me as well. But like, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, man. You know, there's a lot of fucking cool shit coming out of Alaska. You know?
Yeah, you're starting to see like a lot more younger people kind of start to get into it too, like, and a lot more people popping out at, well, I mean, I hear that the Marlin kind of died down for open mics a little bit, but I mean, I do remember like when it was popping, there was quite a bit of people in there, a lot of younger people, like, and like I think just last week we had my buddy Gabe come in, who's Dropout Scholar, and he's got like a group of friends and stuff that they all rap together and whatnot.
Okay.
And I think they've been out to the Marlin a few times. He did say that he has an open mic that he's supposed to be doing. Do you remember where that was, Yesenia? Bad Mother here soon, or Valentine's Day, on Valentine's Day.
Okay, there's an open mic.
I don't know if it's an open mic for sure, but he said he's going.
It's probably a show.
I think it's a show.
Yeah.
Because I think he said a guy hit him up and was like planning the whole thing. So.
Yeah, I performed there a couple times. Yeah, it's cool. You know, cool little vibe. You know, for sure. Yeah, but the Marlin used to be like, I used to go to the Marlin for open mic night, just because like there were just many different genres. And what was really cool about the Marlin, I don't know if it's like that anymore. I only been there once, you know, and but it's just like a whole bunch of different people from like many walks of life, like just coming together and listening to music and having fun, no matter what it is. You know, it's like you got people there that like folk music, bluegrass and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, but they will show up to a fucking rap concert for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like it was, the vibe was just fucking dope back then. Like I said, I don't know how it is now, but like when I went there, when I was doing shows, that was like my favorite place to perform.
Yeah, you might actually know my uncle. His name's Matthew Reed. He has a gray beard. He's a guitar player. And he just plays by himself. But he goes out and he plays at open mics and stuff. And he played at AYP and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah. We actually had him on not too long ago, and he played a couple songs for us over there. It was pretty cool. But you might have met him, might have not. I don't know. But he's in the music scene quite a bit. He knows Tony Taylor and Lee Jones and stuff. It's funny. Lee used to come to like my family events and stuff when I was a little kid, but I didn't know him because he was a lot older than me, and I was just one of the little kids. And he hung out with my cousins. But it was funny growing up, like when I was probably like a freshman, like looking on SoundCloud and seeing that he made music, and I was like, oh shit, I know this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Lee is a good guy. I haven't seen him in forever, but I just hear good things.
For sure. Yeah, he's a really good guy, man. We got some music together too. You know, but
you got a performance coming up anytime soon, or?
No. I'm kind of like right now, you know, because I'm so busy doing like a million different things. Like, I like to perform when it counts.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like I've been performing for so long, and you know, I've performed for thousands of people. You know, I performed for just a couple. You know, but like even though when I was going through that phase of like just a couple here, you know, it's like you're new. You know, you're like trying to work yourself up, and you just like I said, man. At this point, it's like I just gotta perform when it counts, and when it makes sense, because I got kids, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I take care of them, and
yeah, and that performance probably takes up a lot of time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm out in the village and shit like that, so I gotta travel, you know, get everything set up and then perform. Then it's just like it's a big process. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe kind of more like something to do when like maybe you're dropping a new song or something.
Dropping a new song,
promote it. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Dropping a new song,
like
an album, or if it's gonna be like a bigger show, you know, where there's like a pretty decent crowd, you know, then I'll do it. You know, when it, like I said, when it makes sense, you know.
So you said you're Alaska Native. What are you, like Athabascan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm Athabascan.
Yeah. So I'm tiny bit, but I'm Athabascan too.
Nice.
Yeah, my the face on the back of the Alaska Airlines plane is like my great something grandfather.
Yeah, he was a shaman.
Like yeah.
I got him tatted right here.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I got your grandpa tatted on me.
Yeah. I have a big family. Like my sister, Ashley Linzo, her mom, because we have different moms, but I'm trying to remember her name because she was never really around too much. But she had a really big family, so I was thinking you might actually know her, but I can't for the life of me remember her name right now. But dude, she was really cool. She was a little nutty. She would wear razor blades for earrings, like real ones. And she had like cut marks on her neck. Jesus. And she'd wear a chain for a belt with a like master lock on it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah,
a little edgy.
Yeah, when her and my dad went out to parties, she would definitely get scrappy.
Playing with Death Little.
Oh yeah.
Might hit the jugular.
Yeah. So do you have any like other like passions or hobbies like other than music? Like, you know, I know that there's like are you into like the Olympics, like the Native Olympics or anything like that?
I like watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like watching it for sure. But like
Yeah,
passion,
exactly.
like on like other things I like to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, taking care of my family, taking care of my kids. I also like to cook a lot.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I really
Dude.
I really like to cook, man. But you know, I used to play basketball when I was younger. You know, but I just right now it's just being there and being and really providing for my family and my kids. You know, that's like it's what I do.
Oh yeah, you can ask my girlfriend. I have baby fever. I want a kid so bad,
Mhm.
like, because I think it'd be so fun to just have little me running around. You know,
For sure.
like I would love being a dad, taking care of a kid. Like, I mean, I know it's a lot of work. You know,
Mhm.
I don't take it lightly, but it still seems like fun to me. Like, you know, whether it would be a pain in the ass or not. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the cooking thing. I'm not like I know how to make mac and cheese, a frog in a hole, you know, where you got the egg and the piece of toast.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying? But you know, I can make a cake because the instructions are on the box. But I love watching cooking shows though. Like my girlfriend, she's really into cooking, and yeah, we watch all those cooking shows. Like, do you watch anything like Gordon Ramsay? You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I watch whatever I can actually. I mean, at night, you know, I like to watch that. You know, it makes me hungry as hell, so I got to
Yeah.
make sure that I got something made already.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like so I can eat it while I watch it, because like, you get so hungry watching
Oh,
know
yeah,
all
for
that
real.
shit, and like
Yeah.
they make a whole bunch of cool shit. But nah, man, I follow so many people on Instagram. You know, I just love to cook. You know, and if I can't do it, I'd like to learn how to do it, and then that like opens your mind to something else.
Yeah,
and then,
exactly.
You know, so I don't know, I love cooking, man.
Yeah. We just got into a new cooking show. Well, I mean, it's not new, but like it's new to us. We the Worst Cooks in America with Bobby Flay and
Okay.
Burnell, and it's so funny because I can't believe what some of these people make. Like, these people just legit don't know how to cook. Like, they're grown adults, like worse than me, man. Like, these people are cooking stuff that like legit Bobby won't even like eat, and it just looks nasty. Like one lady, she made hot dog Alfredo, where she like chopped up hot dogs and she stuck like long spaghetti noodles through it.
Oh,
and then
no.
like she cooked all those up, and then she used mayonnaise as her Alfredo sauce.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, it was horrible. But they like teach the people and stuff, and then whoever at the end, they have like, you know, one person on each team left, and they like battle it out, and whoever wins, they win like 25 grand. But it's pretty cool to see these people go from like really horrible chefs making stuff like that
And then elevating.
to
Okay, yeah.
making like crazy cool, like good stuff. Like at the end, when it's always the final chef, like they'll be cooking up some crazy shit that you would see in like Gordon Ramsay's restaurants or something, you know. Like it's crazy cool to see the progression.
Oh yeah, what's that on?
There's 2 seasons on Hulu, and then all of the seasons are on Discovery Plus.
Okay.
But 1 through 17 are the ones with Bobby Flay, and I'd say those are the best ones, because the newer ones, they just have a new chef every season, and it's Ann Burnell's still in it, but it's more goofy because they tried to make it, you know, match today's age. So there's like memes and shit thrown in, and it's not as much about cooking really anymore. Like, it's really childish. So I would recommend season 1 through 17. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really funny. Are you into like Marvel or anything like that? Any of the Marvel movies or DC?
Oh, I watch them for sure. Yeah.
Did you watch the new Wakanda Forever?
I was just talking about that. No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, dude, it's actually really good. Really sad, but it's really good.
So did you watch it online or just?
It's on Disney Plus.
Oh, now it is.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
It came out just a couple of days ago on there.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you got that, definitely watch
Oh,
that
I'm
shit.
definitely gonna watch
Yeah.
that all day.
Yeah, it was
that's
really
mandatory.
good. I'm upset because like Iron Man's my all-time favorite, and they bring in Ironheart in this movie. I'm sure you heard about that. I won't spoil anything, but I just wasn't happy about it because I don't want to see someone take over Iron Man's position.
Right.
But the actress they picked for her was good, like, so it wasn't too horrible. But it was a great movie. Like, I love how they integrated the cultures. Like, obviously with Wakanda, we already know the African culture integrated into that, but with the villain, Namor, he is Mayan, and so like they like mesh in the Mayan culture into his story, and it's really cool. Like, it's really cool. I loved it. Yeah, I was honestly way better than the first Wakanda movie.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. But I definitely wanted to ask you. So, how did you get your name Bishop Slice? Like, how did this come around?
Well, first it was just Bishop. You know, when I was younger, one of the homies were like, "Man, you act like this guy in this movie," and like Tupac. You know, I was like, "Tupac, man, I don't fucking act like Tupac." And he's like, "Nah, like in he plays this character called Bishop in Juice."
Oh, okay.
And they're like, "You're like just like him," you know. And I was like, man, I don't know. So then I started watching it, and I was like, I mean, he might be kind of right in certain things, you know. But so that just that name, like, my name was given to me, you know. It just wasn't something I was like, you know what, I should call myself. And then so that just like kind of stuck, you know. And it was just like Bishop. Then everybody just started calling me Bishop. And then Slice, I got that because I'd caught a attempted murder charge, and I was facing life. It involved a knife, you know. And when I was in there, people started to call me Bishop Slice.
Oh, okay.
So I got that when I was locked up, and I kept telling everybody, like, man, shut the fuck up. You know, I was like, man, I'm facing all this fucking time. I was
this is serious.
I was like, I got all these COs around here, you know, and like people like brag, you know what I'm saying? Like, call me Bishop Slice, like, shut the fuck up. I'm facing life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it just stuck. I was like, fuck it, you know, and that's how I got my name, man. You know, I had like another stabbing case too and shit like that. So it's just, you know.
I mean, at least you earned your name. Like, you know, most of these people out here, they just give themselves names, and it's so. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it when people give themselves a name, because it's like you didn't earn that. Like, so it's just like super fake to me when like somebody just gives themselves like a name, like trying to act like something they're not. But so it's a lot. At least you earned yours. Like, people gave you that name. You didn't sit there calling yourself that. And there's also like a level of respect to that as well, because like, you know, like you were saying, like, I'm facing this shit. This is serious. Like, yeah. And then these people are just calling you something. It's yeah.
Actually, that was who said it first? I think it was Blue Boy, and then Dame, and then it just fucking blew up throughout the whole
I mean,
jail.
it's a great name. Like, it's a great rap name. Like, it's perfect.
I guess it kind of worked out. I mean, I wish I didn't have to do all that time for it to be like that, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, especially here, because I mean, I don't know where you were here, right, when you served your time, or?
Well, I caught my case here, but I served my time in Seward at Spring Creek. It's a maximum security facility down in Seward.
Okay.
I met a lot of people down there. I met actually a lot of good friends too.
Was it a pretty shitty place? Like,
well, that's where they send all like the violent, like people with violent crimes, everybody that's doing life and shit. I was down there with Butcher Baker, Robert Hansen. You know what that is?
No.
Is that serial killer? He was played by Nicolas Cage. 50 Cent was in the movie Frozen Ground.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I was in there with him. Actually, I was in there when they were filming.
When they're like doing the
filming it. Yeah.
Stuff. Oh wow, that had to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, he was in there. He was just old though, you know, just pushing around a walker and shit. He was like,
did you like talk with him, like pick his brain a little bit?
No, I just like chopped it up with him sometimes, and he did have that stutter, you know.
Yeah.
You know, remember it was like, Bob, how many what did I say? How many females was it? I was like, was it 34, 36? I didn't not kill this 34. I was like, I could get irritated. You could tell I get fucking irritated. But I was just, you know, I was in there with Hammer too. They're all in that book. You ever read that Murder at 40 Below?
No, I have not.
About all like the serial killers and like the crazy shit, like the.
No, I'll definitely have to check it out though.
And so you could get that. You could get that sent to you in jail, but you just can't have that in Seward because a lot of them are there.
Yeah.
You know, I got a whole bunch of fucking crazy stories, man. I could go on and on. Cordell was in there. Cordell, it's crazy. He looked weird, man. He was like this fucking little stocky cat. I said he looked like fucking Leprechaun, but like the Bone Thugs version. And he was like kind of dark. He had this like long ass fucking straight hair. He was fucking cut, and he was like short as fuck. You know, and it's like you see these people that you like read about and like heard about and shit, and it's just
you got this like picture built up in your mind.
But him, I thought it'd be a little different because he's kind of weird, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, you know, he's a little different. You know, he like all like the 18-year-old. There's like 18-year-old kids that get locked up. You know, or locked up at an early age, like say they murdered somebody and they're like doing life at like 15, 16, got charges as an adult. But there's like there's this native dude in there named Rome. Oh, no, actually, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to out him like that. But
yeah, we can cut that out.
But I didn't say his name though. I stopped myself. But there's this native cat in there. And had long hair, and he was young. And that's like kind of like the type of, it was like Cordell's type kind of, you know. And I remember we were all sitting in the gym, and I was just like kind of noticing he was doing, you know, and Romeo was sitting there and Cordell, like, so we were in the bleachers, you know, like say if you sit on like the second bleacher and you put your feet down, you can't see your feet from, you know what I'm saying? Because it like goes down further than the seat.
Yeah.
And I was like looking, and it was like me and Monster and a whole bunch of other people, and I was like, look. And Cordell took his sock off, and he was like rubbing dude's leg and shit. And this is some, you know, like you'd probably look at this dude like, man, this is a fucking cold-hearted killer. You know, I remember Monster, he was like, hey, Cordell. Stop rubbing that boy with your Komodo dragon feet. But yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you had to like kind of make the best out of this shitty situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I did see some things. I fucking, you know, dudes were getting murdered in there. You know, I saw this guy get his fucking brains beat out with a bat in there and shit, and just it was fucking rough, man. Like it really did fucking go down there.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah,
I've only been in FCC, and I haven't ever had to spend a long time in there, but I've had to spend a lot of short amount of time. Right. And even just that is just shitty. It's so fucking shitty. And the people here are garbage. Like, especially in the jail, they don't give a fuck about you. Like 5 officers like beat the shit out of me while I was in there. And there's like footage of it. Nobody gave a fuck. Like, and then like they pull shady shit too. Like they're like, I had my puff bar when they first arrested me, and like I still had all my clothes on and shit, and I'm in like a holding cell, and I'm pissed off, and I'm like, well, fuck them, I'm gonna smoke this thing. And I like weaseled it out of my pocket, and I really don't know how I got it in my mouth, because my hands were like, you know, handcuffed by my back, and I was not that flexible. Like, I'm not now. Like, I don't know how I don't know. But I got it in my mouth, and I was sitting there puffing on it, and the dude fucking ran in there like it was the track race, and he fucking tackled me, and he like got on top of me to where like you couldn't really see me in the camera from the angle, and he grabbed my finger and was bending it as far, like almost like breaking it like in every direction, just like as far as he could, just to get me to let go of this fucking vape pen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I told my lawyer about it, and they're like, oh, well, you can't see it in the video, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
It's like, it's just, and I
like the power trip.
Yeah. And when I had to like take my UAs, I would have to go to that certain building downtown, and I heard them like whispering about how one of the COs in the jail got arrested because he was raping inmates, but it never came out in the news. I never read about it. Like, and it's like, it just shows like how they kind of hide shit. Like,
right. Yeah, man. You know, a lot of them like the power trip and shit like that. You know, you got the cool shift and you got like the asshole shift.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like every like it's like a week on, week off. You know, it's like you got the cool shift and they're just like kind of laid back, but then you got like the fucking asshole shift that are like fucking really gung ho over the fucking stupidest shit. You know, power tripping, man.
Yeah. For
you know,
real.
and I noticed this too because a lot of people that got that job. Like, and this is just from me, like, knowing who they were before they had the job. You know, they're like fucking kind of like nobodies.
Yeah.
People didn't give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of a little bit different to others. But then as soon as they fucking get that job, they have like all the fucking control. And now they can, you know. But then there's some that, you know, that, I don't know. That there's some COs in there that were cool and laid back and like let shit slide for sure. I remember one time we had some weed in there and we were smoking, and you know, one of them came in and was like, hey, you guys need to cut that out, you know, and this is like when weed like wasn't even fucking legal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, because they're like, I don't want to deal with no bullshit. You know, like, just fucking air this motherfucker out and stop. I'm only gonna tell you this shit once. I was like, holy shit. Every time you seen him, you like kind of felt like a little guilty and shit. You know what I'm saying? He got busted. You know, like the dad knows, but the mom don't. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's some that were laid back, but there's a lot that are fucking pricks, man. A lot that I couldn't fucking stand.
Yeah.
Just because and it's weird because like they just like wanted to be just a fucking prick. It's like, don't you like love your life? You know what I mean? Like, shit, man, just chill. But yeah, man. Yeah. But shout out to everybody that's locked up right now and going through hard times. You know.
Yeah, for real.
In every single fucking penitentiary, you know, every single facility, every halfway house. You know, even motherfuckers that are on ankle monitor, or even fighting charges. You know, like I always, you know, hope the best for everybody, you know, and me, it was definitely a fucking learning experience. You know, I got my GED in there, got out, went to the halfway house, went straight to college up at the UAF. You know, it just gave me, even though I did 6 years, like it gave me a lot of time to think and come up with the plan.
Yeah.
You know, as I was recording when I was in there over the phone, I got like, I think we did like 3 songs. About 3 songs over the phone, me and Monster did. We got fucking high as fuck. We had to like, got a pinner from somebody and fucking we smoked that shit. And we were just sitting there thinking like, fuck, man, like how the fuck, I wish we could record. And Monster, like when he smokes, it's like he's on fucking meth or something. Because like usually like when you smoke, you just like kind of chill, you know. But he was like, no, fuck that. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. He's like, and check this out. And then, you know, I'm sitting there like talking to him, like, yeah, you know, like, yeah, let's do that. You know, but it was like that's actually a really fucking good idea. You know, and he was like, man, he's like, we got the equipment, we got this. All we gotta do is just call and fucking have him hit the record button, and we could be putting shit out like X-rated and this, that, and the third. You know, I'm just like, hell yeah, you know, and fuck, we did it though, man.
Yeah.
You know, like we just had him like to where we could hear the beat just a little bit. You know, like put like the headphones up to it, and then we just like, and we would fucking rap, and we were like, I was like buying studio from my money on my books. Buying studio time, like from I was facing life, buying studio time, just so we could fucking record over the phone, and we did like fucking 3 songs, man, and that shit was hard, and then we released it.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Me and my boy Femi, Free Femi, snuck in a fucking studio into the halfway house when I got to the halfway house, and like carrying shit in like ants, like piece by piece. You know, he'd have like the 8-track recorder, and then like the microphone like tied around your waist, and like having the mic dangle like where your fucking dick is, because when they pat you down, they can't touch you right there.
Yeah.
and we fucking snuck in a whole studio. He had a fucking MPC in that bitch. Fucking had a piano, and fucking and we recorded a whole album and released it on iTunes from the halfway house. We even put like flyers around the halfway house, and had a fucking commercial like on 98.1. You know what I'm saying?
Funny. That's great though.
It's like I'm back. Yeah, yeah, but you know, we figured it out. And I remember one time, and this is what I was saying, like, you know, there's like the asshole fucking guards, but there's also some cool ones. I remember it was like fucking 2:00 in the morning or some shit, maybe even 3, and you can't be in each other's rooms at the halfway house. Femi snuck into my room, and I had this fucking piano and shit, the same one that we had in Seward, and he had this fucking MPC, and like we would hook it all up and have it all hooked up to the 8-track, and we were just sitting there making beats. Like I would do the melodies and the sounds, but he would do like because he had the MPC, he would do like the drums, like the bass, the drums, the fucking, you know, like the hi-hats and all that shit. You know, and fucking we'd have it all connected, and we were just sitting there just like fucking making beats. It was just dark as fuck. The only lights that were in there was like coming from like the recording equipment, you know. And this fucking guard or this security, he like fucking peeked his head in, you know, and fucking he like looked around. He was like, you know, he was like what the fuck? And I was like, fuck. And I looked at Fem. I was like, oh, this shit's gonna get taken away. We might go back, you know. And he was like, what y'all doing? And I was like, just making music. And he was like, what are you guys doing? They're like, well, what kind of music? I was like, man, we're just making beats like right now. And he's like, let me hear what you got. And he like listened, and he was like, man, that's hard. He's like, but you know what I would add? I'd add like a little bit of this in there and a little bit of that. He's like, hey man, you guys aren't bothering anybody. He's like, so as long as you guys are quiet and you guys keep it down, he's like, it's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, our shit is about to get took. Nah, but he was cool with it, you know, and he was even trying to like give like pointers and shit. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
what a like whole like 180, like mm-hmm. Like you just sitting there like, oh fuck, and then he's just like, oh okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool, man. And then but then there was like some people where you, like I had people I would when I was recording, I had somebody outside of my door to watch the door, just in case like the security came and did a walk and was just like checking, you know, and like they would like knock on the door, you know, and then I'd like stop real quick and fucking hide everything and put like my blankets over it, and like I had like the mic in the closet, you know, and then I like hid that and all that until like they went back, and then as soon as they went back, and then I would fucking continue to record and shit.
Yeah, that's really cool though. Like that's an awesome story. Like I always like wonder like how, you know, rappers like you know get stuff in the prison to like rap, because you know mm-hmm. there's a bunch of rappers that release stuff from prison, like I mean like Gucci Mane, and then mm-hmm. like Bobby Shmurda I think did, and I think T Grizzly might have. I don't know, but you know, I always wonder like mm-hmm. how, and it's just it's cool to finally get to hear like a story of how it actually played out. Yeah,
there's different ways, man. You know, sometimes the CEO might sneak some shit in for you to record on. You know, it's like, you know, down in Seward they had a music room, but you just couldn't record. Now, from what I'm hearing, like my boy like recorded like 5 songs and he was doing live. You know, and fucking somehow had him emailed to me.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so like,
that's cool.
I was like, damn, it was just like cool, like listening to that shit, because like that's what really like seasoned me though, was being in situations like that and an environment like that, to where like we were just all rapping our fucking asses off, man, and just doing music every time we were able to get into the music room, because you got to sign up to get into it. And it's like you have like a certain period of time where you could be in there, and fucking we would just be in that bitch, and like fucking I'd have to make like all the beats, you know. It's like I was learning, I was like making all the beats and shit, and then like we would just write to it, and then I had to remember how I made that, so when I get out I could redo it, you know. And then we just made like a whole bunch of fucking we made some shit in there, man. That was the hardest shit ever.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely shows dedication, like, for sure. Like,
and it was like our escape, man.
Yeah, because I mean, you're doing something like that in there, you know, you're not doing it for any kind of money, because like you said, you're facing life. You don't know if you're even getting out, like, and you're just doing it to do it, like, which just goes to show that you're passionate about it. Like, it's just something you want to do, something you love to do.
Yeah, I had to start writing a lot of my rhymes in like chicken scratch, because when I got locked up, they threw me in the hole, I think like a day after, because they said that I was a risk. What the fuck did they say? I was like I was a risk to myself and to the population.
Yeah, and others.
Like I was like fucking like really dangerous. You know, I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Are you serious? So they had me in the hole so they could like evaluate me. And I remember I was writing some stuff down, and one of the guards had seen it and thought it was like evidence for my crime or some shit. So they had this shit all planned out to where when you're in the hole, you're able to like take like a shower a day, but like before they walk you down to the shower, like you got to be cuffed up, you know, they got to escort you to the shower. There's a cage, they got to uncuff you and shit like that. They called, so they knew what my shower time was, so as soon as I took a shower, I was getting dried off, and I saw fucking state troopers walking back to my cell and shit, and I was like looking, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? And then they like were leaving, and I was like, were you guys just in my room? And they just didn't even look at me. They just said yep, and they just kept fucking walking.
Damn.
So they confiscated all my stuff, thinking I was right. So I had to write in like chicken scratch, because like I was even writing like hooks and shit when I was in there, but I had to write it to where like I only knew what it said, just in case they did the fucking same thing.
Yeah.
You know. But.
Damn. Yeah. So then that day you got a bad one.
Yeah.
That sucks. I mean, it's a good thing that you got out though. Got out of all that shit. Like,
oh, for sure. Yeah.
And it's good for everybody else too, because you know now we like, you know, I mean, you're one of the only people here that's actually, you know, doing it, like trying, you know, actually kind of doing a lot more than anyone else is. That's for sure. And I know it inspires a lot of other local people for sure. So yeah, it's good that you're out, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
But my girlfriend was saying that you just got back from like a Anchorage, like a concert or something that you were doing or something, or.
I was gonna do I was supposed to do the P.D. Pablo concert, but just the way it just really wasn't working out to where I could get out there and do it. They had me on the flyer and everything, but right before that, I did like I opened up for Twista. That's like the second time I opened up for him. But yeah, I mean, I think that was like in the fall. That's when I did the Twista show. But I was supposed to do the P.D. Pablo show, but you know, like I said, it just didn't work out. You know, I wasn't able to get down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you don't you have another flight? She was saying you had another flight. Are you going to like do something?
No, I just got some appointments down in Anchorage. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm heading out tonight actually, then go down there and hopefully get in by tomorrow, then slide on back.
Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Bishop Slice, local rap artist here from Fairbanks, Alaska. Do you have anything you want to plug, like places people can find you, your music, any of that?
Bishop Slice everything. Okay. You know, all social media platforms, Bishop Slice, you know, YouTube, Bishop, everything, Bishop Slice. You know, but yeah, man, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. I had a really good time talking to you.
Yeah, and like I said before, you know, I hope you do big things with this.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're already doing big things, so I just hope you continue.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, for sure. You know where to find me. at VLoneWavy on Instagram. And don't forget to follow All Wired Pod across all platforms. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Even just a watch really means a lot to us. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to follow Wired Films. And unfortunately, John's not with us today, but you already know what it is. It's John Doe. And yeah, thank you guys. We'll catch you next time.